How's it going, guys? My name is TJP, and welcome back to another NBA 2K23 MyNBA Building Challenge. It's another 82-0, and we're doing the exact similar thing that we did last video, that we did this with the Kobe era. We're doing it in the Jordan era now. Can the best players of the Jordan era go 82-0? So I put all the best players on the same team, and we're going to see if they can go 82-0. Join the content, like, subscribe, comment down below some videos, go to socials, playlist, second channel, main channel down in the description as well if you like other content from TJP. With that being said, let's get on to the gameplay. Alright, so a few things. Number one, obviously, if Charles Barkley was in the game, he would be on this team, you would think, right? But he's, of course, not in the game. Also, maybe Reggie Miller as well has a shot, but unfortunately, they are not in the game. So, I just went with based on who's in the game now. I will say this, there were a few contenders for 89s. However, the way I base it off of is you see how the overall kind of sometimes does that little thing where it says 89. So I had to go through all the 89 overall players and look to see whose head's the highest. So that's basically how I went with the last 89 overall players. So just to ensure that every single player, well, they'll only have top 10. So that's what I did. So obviously we took the Bulls, got Jordan Malone, Robinson, Drexler, Ewing, Stockton, Larry Bird, Hakeem Olajuwon, Scottie Pippen, and Magic Johnson. So that's your squad. That's your top 10 best players in the Jordan era according to National Basketball Association 2023 and 2K Sports. So let's take a look at the game plan, number one. And we're going to adjust it so that all 10 players are playing. So Magic's going to be getting some minutes as well, Phil Jackson. And that's going to be it right there. So I'm liking the squad. Can this team go 82-0? Now, there's a chance that they can. But I said no last time, and I was, well, I don't want to surprise it, but I guess I will. Last time, Kobe era, the team went 82-0. Now, we're in this era, so maybe it's a little bit weaker, who knows, in terms of just, there's less overall talent, but we'll see. 5-star push with the triangle. Everybody's maxed out except for Scottie Pippen. So similar to first game. So we'll sim through date here, so that one, and we get our first win of the season, won by 52 points. David Robinson led the way, 21, 13, and 6. So that's pretty cool. Hakeem did his thing out there. Yeah, this team looks pretty good. Obviously, they're good on paper. Let's see if they can go undefeated. It's gonna be tough, but we'll see. Sim through day, kind of just go a few weeks at a time. The one team I was worried about are possibly the Pistons and Works. They got some really good players that we didn't take from them. So they could potentially beat us, but I highly doubt it. I don't think it's going to be enough for them to beat us. But, we'll see what ends up happening as we continue to simulate. Also, the Hawks, Dominique Wilkins, we could have taken him, but we didn't because he just missed the cusp. So, I guess we'll just see if one of these teams will happen to decide to beat us. And I didn't do this yet with the best players in terms of overall in the regular NBA. So I could theoretically do that. I just did like the MVPs, defense players, those guys. So, we could try, let's say, taking just the best players and putting them all on one team. Because then, in that rate, that does weaken the other, it weakens the other teams because I'm actually taking the current version of that player and putting them on a different team. So, which is something I didn't do with the other ones where I just took the all-time best player, or the best version of the player. So it wasn't always like, I just take the best player from the team. So it didn't really weaken the competition kind of thing. But so far, we are over halfway through the season, past the All-Star break, 40.08-0 right now. We're trying to go 50-0 the next few times. So we're going to simulate through this game right here. And so far, have not caught a loss yet. We're approaching 60 wins, and we are going to get there right here. 60 wins, 63-0 right now. So there's a chance this team can go 82-0 as we are simming through. So far, I've not caught a loss yet. And it's looking good. We're going to simulate through date here. Got a few more games to go. 4 more games. We're going to sim through date. And 82-0. And Michael Jordan was the MVP in his own era, which makes sense. 18.5 points, 3.7 rebounds, 6.9 assists. Shot 62% of the field, 81.5% from the line, 20% from 3. Larry Johnson, Rookie of the Year. Detlef Schrempf, 6-man day defensive was Purvis Ellison, most improved Purvis Ellison. Coach here, Phil Jackson, went 82-0, obviously. And Brad Bonner, 82-0. So, of course, we have Michael Jordan. We're going to have anybody else. Any other Chicago Bulls? We don't. How about on the defensive team? Michael Jordan and David Robinson, the Admiral. Nice. So, there you go. And we're not going to have any rookies because, fortunately, there are no best top 10 players, rookies, because there's just too much talent, right, in the NBA. That there's nobody that's going to come in that, realistically speaking, that's going to be a top 10 player in terms of overall. So let's take a look at the stats for the season, just to see some of our leaders of the team. I'm kind of curious to see what got going on here. So Michael Jordan did lead the team in scoring them with Malone, Drexler, Ewing, Robinson, Larry Bird, Scottie Pippen. They averaged 7 guys at least average double figures, nearly 8. The Olajuwon was a little off, and then also John Stockton was 0.5 off. So honestly, you could say 10 really. In terms of rebounding, leading rebounder was Robinson. Then we had Malone and Ewing, which makes sense. Facilitation-wise, John Stockton, 8.2 assists, 6.9 for Michael Jordan. And then Drexler, Bird, Pippen. We had a lot of guys average over 5. Pretty crazy. 5 guys at least to steal a game. David Robinson and Patrick Ewing, the only guys with at least a block a game. In terms of field goal percentage, most efficient scorer was Michael Jordan, which is pretty insane. Also, Clyde Drexler was their second most efficient scorer, which is, pretty insane. Not a single player shot under 54%, which is outrageous. 3-pointers, not going to be too amazing in this league, but Larry Bird, in his limited amount of attempts, 50, 40, 90. Same thing with Magic Johnson somehow, 50, 40, 90, but he didn't really take many, so I don't know if he'd even qualify. But sure, we can argue that all day. They both had the best free throw percentages, and then our worst free throw shooter was David Robinson. So obviously this team's really good. We could adjust the rotation for the playoffs, and that's what we're going to do. We'll just have it like that. It works for me. And, I mean, if this team could go 98-0, so that means 16-0 in the playoffs, this will definitely be the best team so far that we've done in our 82-0 series. That's not the demigod team, because I don't want to count that. All right, so we have the Chicago Bulls versus the Atlanta Hawks. And actually, Atlanta could get a W on us. They really could. I'm surprised they're only the 8th seed, though, with their roster. I mean, they have Dominique Wilkins and Kevin Willis. And who is the number 2 seed? Charlotte? Yeah, Charlotte has a good team as well. The New Jersey Nets, we didn't take anybody from them. Cleveland, we didn't take anybody from them. Brad Daugherty was at 89 overall, but just didn't qualify for the thing. Pistons also have their same team, so obviously that's why they're good. And the Heat have obviously their same team, so they're pretty good. And then our 7-team Celtics, the only ones that they don't have is Larry Bird. I mean, I don't remember who we gave them, but I think we gave him Bill Cartwright. So they were still pretty solid, but yeah. Let's simulate the round here against the Hawks. And, oh yeah, that's right. It's 3 games, so 97-0, not 98-0. All right, so got through the first round pretty easily. Second round here, Cleveland almost upset them. Okay, it was looking interesting there. Like Cleveland might have had a shot to beat us. Game 1, they beat us by 4, and then we beat them game 2. Yeah, they beat us by 1 in game 3, and then we kind of blew them out at every other game. Actually, this game was up by 8. So Mark Price, fair play to you, my friend. Phoenix and Utah in the Western. Why Utah is in the? Who's on the Jazz? Jeff Malone, Horace Grant. Oh, I gave him Horace Grant, but even then, like, wow, that team is. And then Phoenix. Imagine they had Barkley, although Barkley was on my team. If that was the case. Yeah, wow, this Phoenix team is actually really good. Really, really good. Okay. We might face them in the finals if we can get past the Hornets, which we do. So we're taking on the Suns, and yeah, this Suns team is good. They might be able to beat us here. I don't think they will, though. They do get game 1 by 1 point. Game 2, we beat them by 25. Game 3, we beat them again by 27. We're up 3-1, and okay, lost 3 playoff games, but we did go 82-0. Clyde Drexler was the finals MVP. Not Michael Jordan. Cool. So let's take a look at the playoff stats. See who we got over here doing their thing. Clyde Drexler led the way in scoring. Michael Jordan. We had about, 8 guys average double figures in the playoffs. That's pretty insane. Rebounding numbers, it went to Robinson, Malone, Patrick Ewing. And we had, in terms of assists, we had John Stockton, Michael Jordan, Clyde Drexler, Larry Bird. How about steals? We had 3 guys at least steal a game. Block shots, only Dave Robinson with over 1. Most of his score was Clyde Drexler. 68% from a guard is like absolutely insane. That's insane, man. And then 3-point percentage. And not really many guys made threes in this era or took them, so kind of makes sense that the percentage is just so low. And And there you go. You got your free throw percentage. So now, of course, the only question now remains is how will the Bird era do? And, of course, then we have to check the actual present-day era since I never technically done that. So I could do that as well. I guess those are some of the questions that are left to be unanswered. But to answer this one, yes, this team did go 82-0. They couldn't go undefeated in the playoffs, but they were still pretty dominant nevertheless. So with that being said, full screen close of the video. Alright, so hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button on it and subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Comment down below some more video videos. Go to our socials, playlist, second channel, main channel. Down below in the description as well if you like other content from me, TJP. And yeah, like I said, I have to do this with the Magic Bird era as well as the current era in terms of like overalls with 2K. Obviously with the current era it changes because they always do those roster updates. So that's the one thing with that. Kind of why I don't want to do it, but I might be inclined to do so just to, you know, as a control substance. But either way, with that being said, I'm gonna head out. Take care, everybody. See you soon, and peace.